Hi, this is Jane with Green Side Up. We're just about to summer, and we are going to talk today about some products that you will need in your yard, in your garden this summer. Because much as we would like to just plant our gardens and they would grow beautifully and they don't have weeds and they don't have bugs and they don't have diseases, well, that's all kind of wishful thinking. So, we're going to talk today about products that you can use in your garden through this summer. I want to start off by saying I'm not pushing the particular product, I'm pushing the product category. So the first category is going to be fertilizer. Fertilizers are very important in your garden. Whether you have a regular garden in the ground, whether you have raised beds, or whether you have pots of plants or hanging baskets, all of those plants are going to need some type of fertilizer throughout the summer. And I always tell customers when they buy whatever fertilizer it is, always read the directions. Is this fertilizer good for hanging baskets? Is it better to put on your vegetables? Where is that product needed? Where is that product going to be the most useful? So this particular product is a Garden Tone. This one can be used for all of your vegetables, and it can also be used for your flowers. Vegetables, flowers, especially flowers, say like petunias, they need extra fertilizer throughout the summer in order to do really well, in order to produce. They're hard-working plants. They need to be fed. So always remember your fertilizers for your flowers and your plants this summer. Another thing that we're going to address for our gardens this summer are insects, bugs. Now there are some good bugs, you know, the bees, the butterflies, we like those. But then there's those other bugs that, well, we're not so excited about, you know, the ants and the Japanese beetles, which will be coming up soon, and all of those. So, there are products that you can use in your garden this summer to treat those insects that you don't want in your garden. And I've talked about this before, but there are products like this. This is called Sevin. Sevin is a topical. You spray it to take care of whatever the bugs are on your plants that day. There is also another type of product. This particular one is a tree and shrub insect killer, and it is called a systemic. This is a product that you apply to the ground, and it is taken up into the root system of the plant, and then it kills insects on this particular product for a whole year. The good thing about this is, of course, it kills the insects. The bad thing about this is it can kill the good insects too. And so you have to be very careful where you use a product like this. But insect killers always follow the directions, and it is something you'll probably need in your garden this summer. Much as I would like to brag that all of the plants in my garden center are extremely healthy, and mind you, most of them are, we do occasionally get issues. So this particular Coreopsis that I'm holding has an issue. It has powdery mildew. It is a fungus, and there are other types of fungus, of course, that can attack these types of plants and plants in your garden. So what do you do if you have a problem with fungus in your plants? There are fungicides which can take care of those funguses. They don't kill the fungus, but they will inhibit them. They will keep them from being, well, taking over the plant. This particular one is called the Funginoil. We have other types of fungicides available. A fungicide is one of those products that's really good to have on your shelf, because if you get something like a powdery mildew, you notice it one day and it's like the next day, oh my gosh, it's taken over the whole plant. So fungicides are an excellent product to have in your storehouse for use on your plants this summer. The next product that I'm going to speak about, the next disease I'm going to speak about, it's a little late this summer to be taking care of this, but I want to talk about it because it's very important that you take care of it in your yard earlier. So the product that I have here is called, it's a Fertilome Fire Blight Spray. Fire blight is a bacterial disease that can affect, for instance, fruit trees, roses, different plants. It affects them, for instance, like the fruit trees, it affects them early in the spring when they are starting to do their bloom. And so it needs to be sprayed. This needs to be sprayed on them early on in the spring. Around here, that'd be like March. Then you repeat it at certain intervals. If you have fire blight on your trees, it eventually is going to be deadly. It's going to take out the tree. If your trees get fire blight, they will need to be removed. You will need to take them down. And I'm going to show you some examples of some trees that do have fire blight. This is an example of fire blight on an apple tree. You'll notice that the leaves start to turn brown. They actually get crispy. And it will take out like the whole branch. Even though we all want those happy, healthy gardens, you know, sometimes it doesn't happen. So we've just talked about a few products that are very important that you have in your arsenal at home, that you can take care of problems as they come up. This is Jane with Green Side Up. If you have comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. We are always looking for new ideas for our videos. We've been doing this a long time, and I'll tell you, our arsenal of ideas is just kind of running dry. So if you have any ideas for good videos, please leave them in the comment section below. And hopefully we will be able to come up with lots of good videos for you in the next few months.